Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill, and today we are going to play with the most played medium tank over past 60 days, and this would be Leopard. If you would pay attention how many times this tank was played, it is pretty much a bit shy of the 4 million times. This is nuts, comparing to the second spot STB, who was played like 1,700,000 times, right? So this is quite nuts. Why people do appreciate Leopard 1 so much, and why people are playing with this vehicle. This tank is pretty much perfect sniper schnitzel. It is kind of hit and run vehicle, right? You might and you should snipe with from the back with this vehicle, or alternatively even get into the more aggressive positions, and then you can punish enemies for their mistakes and for their stupidity as well. One more thing which I really want to highlight about this tank is this tank has absolutely amazing gun in every shape and in every form. This tank has, with the standard rounds, 420 damage, 278 millimeters of penetration, so you really need gold ammunition, and in the same time you have extremely good shell velocity, AK 1480. Mwah. This is absolutely amazing. Now, if you are willing to spam gold, you have 420 alpha damage, 323 millimeters of penetration, and 1613 shell velocity, which is absolutely nuts, and it is insanity, to be fair with you. And in the same time, if you are finding the paper vehicles, you have even better situation for yourself, which I will demonstrate for you in a moment, because they have a light tank in the middle. You have 510 alpha damage, 105 millimeters of penetration, which is more than enough to beat the living crap out of the light tanks or even Leopards. So whenever you are fighting against the with Leo yourself, you can easily load the high explosive ammunition, and you can beat the living crap out of the enemy Leo in this way, right? So this is very important thing to say, and this is very good thing. So in this situation, fellas, the things are not looking that hot for our team, unfortunately. We are losing this game by 5,000 hit points, and even though we have pretty much ideal map for Leo, it doesn't change the fact the enemy team is looking a bit stronger. Now, what kind of options I could make thinking about this? To be fair with you, sniping from the back is not looking like a bad option by any shape or any form. This is very important thing to highlight, fellas. And once again, this is kind of the start for us. We still can get way more use. We started everything with a 900 visible damage, and once again, this is only the start. Since the distance is a bit higher, I am going to load couple of APCR rounds, so hopefully we will make a good use of this. And in the same time, we are just chilling here in the back. Meanwhile, as you can see, enemy Samwise trying to peek. Beautiful. He peeked, he took one for the team, although not by us. I need to relocate a bit because I am blocking our Gusor, and this is not my intention by any shape or any form. And now we are starting our sniper schnitzel experience. We are going to be able to hopefully punish every single gentleman who is going to go down like this. And once again, looking into this situation, fellas, unfortunately, but this game is literally not meant to be. Everything is going against us, and our gun is saying it, Kaku. Everything is going in quite bad way, which is once again quite a shame, because this tank is great. This tank is a perfect sniper schnitzel, and you should be able to hit majority of the shots without bigger problems whatsoever, but it's just simply not meant to be. Now, very important thing to highlight, speaking about the RNG in World of Tanks, right? If RNG is saying no, That means no. And even though we have a perfect matchup for ourselves, it doesn't mean we are going to be able to win the game or do something in this game, right? Or win the battle, right? So looking into this situation, looks like enemies made better decisions. They took the hill, they surrounded us from the back, and they spotted us like there is no tomorrow. So I believe we have one blind shot to the Xor, right? And overall, this is quite a weird game. It was very short Kampinovka. Unfortunately, the gun did not behave that much, that good, I suppose to say. And that's completely fine. In the next game, fellas, I'm going to say bad things about the gun, and we are going to make it work. So, all in all, fellas, we are fourth by experience, we are first by the damage with a 3000. We are losing a bit of the credits because I fired a couple of the gold rounds, right? And looking into all of this, fellas, enemy Xor spotted 2,600 and enemy Hawk spotted 1,337. So those lights had relatively good performance, and yeah, not the best team ever, but that's okay. This is a warm-up, this is a first pancake, we can't complain about this. Now, moving forward, let's click to go into the game. And fellas, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know more information about the Leo, remember you can always check the field modifications in the index page. You can see equipment setup, although I am testing some things now, and in certain tanks I think vertical stabilizer is not as useful as improved aiming. I know it sounds weird, but that's what I noticed, so we are going to add one more setup to our setups overall. And speaking about the crew skills, you can find some useful stuff here, and in the same time you can see how expectation values are looking like with Leo, and expectation values are 4,300 currently. And fellas, obviously I appreciate you tuning in daily into your daily dose of skill, and thank you very much for everything, for watching videos, even if you are sitting on the toilet, and obviously big fat thanks for support who are clicking that join button or who are becoming patrons, or alternatively for people who are buying bananas in the index page. Thank you, fellas. Without you it wouldn't be possible, so I appreciate you. So what do we have in this game? Okay, we have a Berlin, we have a tier 10 matchmaking, and this map got changed quite heavily recently, and to be fair with you, I'm not entirely sure how much do I like the changes in this map. What do I mean by saying this is, I think this map is way harder to play nowadays with a lightly armored tanks like Leopard, or alternatively, let's say whatever else who doesn't have a very nice armor, right? So keep this in mind. Why so? Because enemies pretty much added extra city in this side, and if you do not really have armor, you do not have armor. You cannot go into the city and fight unless once again you are playing with whatever STB or something else, or some kind of other tank which would have some sorts of armor, right? Unfortunately, this tank cannot offer this flexibility for us, but it is not changing anything. We will still do everything what we physically and possibly can in order to make this tank work, and fellas, we will make this tank work. I can promise you that. Meanwhile, let's see. They still have Ruski light tank who never ever was spotted, and I believe, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, he is sitting somewhere in the middle for obvious reasons. Meanwhile, Leo, one beautiful. Now, pay attention at this gun. You have pretty much instant aim time, right? It is taking no time whatsoever, and you are hitting majority of your shots. Actually, you know what? Excuse me, reverse psychology. Still think what you are saying. This tank is disgusting, fellas. You are not hitting absolutely anything, and this tank is pure sadness. I wish, fellas, this tank would have somehow decent guns so we could punish the pesky light tanks or medium tanks or something, but now we cannot hit anything. Fellas, Wargaming is listening, okay? And more bad things I will say about the tank, better the tank will behave. So this is how the things are looking like, okay? Once again, I know about this Russian light tank. He is sitting somewhere in those bushes. Where exactly? This is a good question, and I do not really think we will figure this out until we are going to see this Ruski light tank, but here we go. Now, from the back, while chilling, while enjoying ourselves, we got 2000 damage. We did not lost a single bit of our hit points ourselves, which is obviously much appreciated, and in the same time, in a way, this is only the start. We still can improve, and we will improve. At this point, I would love to get a bit more involved. Maybe we could go together with our Centurion action shit, and maybe we can make a bit of pressure for enemy Leopards who are sitting here. Once again, remember about the high explosive ammunition. High explosive ammo on this tank is very, very strong, and you are able to do a lot of bad things for the enemies. Meanwhile, enemy trash burn is getting spotted. I am taking my time to load high explosives, and bam, 500. Oi, 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 oi. He is not a big fan of this. I can promise you that, fellas. He is not enjoying himself. Beautiful shot. Okay. What we can do now. I would love to do something for the enemy Leos who are sitting here. That's a trade. We hit him and he hit us. He had a relatively good reaction, fellas. I definitely cannot say he did not react it properly. He actually did. Kudos for this guy. Kudos for this guy. How about this trash burn? Now this is playing with fire, but I am up to take the risk. By the looks of it, I am not getting spotted, so that should mean this guy is not sitting somewhere here. Our Centurion is making a bit of pressure, and I am correct. Our enemy FV is not pre-aiming on us. That's good. We are loading high explosives, and we are waiting until we will have a chance to smack the Leo. We are smacking Leo for 480, which is a bit of the low roll, speaking about the high explosives, but it's better than a standard ammunition for sure. Meanwhile, Leo is dead. And once again, look at this beauty of this vehicle. What this tank is capable of doing. The armor of this, the gun of this tank is out of this world. It is just sweet, it is just beautiful, and you are able to do many bad things for the enemies, and that's why people love this gun. And in fact, recently my girl marketed the Leopard as well, and I am very proud of her. She did absolutely amazing job, and if I'm not mistaken, it is one of her the favorite tank of hers, because it has such a great combination of the things, right? Beautiful. So in the end of the day, speaking about this performance, it wasn't super duper hyper turbo epic, but I am not complaining too much. We have visible 3.3 thousand, but I think in the end of the day we are going to have more likely 4,000, if not 4.5. So moment of truth, let's see what this tank brought for us in this game. And I think we played relatively well. Even though we was not too aggressive, it worked completely fine. Okay. In the end of the day, we have 4.1 thousand damage, which is completely fine, 100 assisting damage, which is okay, and we are third by experience, and we are second by the damage. Our EBR, kudos to our EBR, that was very brave choice for him to beat the living crap out of the enemies while going full speed, right? Obviously, I'm joking, he played in the middle and he deserved the score which he got, right? Anyways, by any shape or any form, this is not a bad game. Like I said before, I am happy with this, and let's go for round number 3, shall we? And we are back, fellas, and for the last game we have Mannerheim line, right? And this is a great map for Leopard 1. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take Echo 1 position, and the main reason why I'm taking Echo 1 position, because I'm going to try to outspot people who are trying to cross like this, since Leopard has extremely good speed for a medium tank, and it has pretty damn good gun handling as well. So if the things will go well, we should be able to spot enemies who are crossing like this, and in the same time we are going to be able to penetrate at least one of them in with the high explosives in the side. Let's see, are we lucky or not really? So, moment of truth, we are sitting in position, Kranwagen side, kaboom, 490 in the Kranwagen side, just because of those beautiful high explosives, plus on top of that, a bit of assisting damage as well, which is always nice and always welcome. Meanwhile, I'm going for a blind shot here, because I want to believe they have at least one gentleman who already took this position, and at this point I am just chilling in a way, right? There is no way for us to panic yet, there is no way for us to do anything, we can chill. Okay, fair enough, we are getting spotted here, that's completely understandable. So what that means they have a couple of guns, or maybe one gun sitting here in the bushes and waiting for us. It is not a bad thing whatsoever. At this point we are trying to run away, and we need to figure out where enemy light tank is, because since our Leo is pinging here, so they have a light tank in the middle. That's a good thing. Why is it a good thing? Because we can counter the light tank. High explosives on, up. High explosives on, and we are going to burst the bushes here. Unfortunately, that's a miss by us. That's completely fine. We have a lot of things to do. And speaking about a lot of things to do, I'm going for another blind shot. Let's go like this. Definitely not a blind hit, but that's okay. We are not going to cry over this. Let's go for another shot. Boom. Blind shot, unfortunately not a hit. Very interesting. Extremely interesting, fellas. So, what is the chance of enemy light not being in this typical bush? What is the chance of the enemy light tank not being in this typical bush? Interesting. Okay, as you can see that yourself, no of the blind shots connected, but that's okay. Not a big deal. All we need to do at this point we need to open our eyes, and we need to pay attention who is trying to make a bit of pressure. And as you can see, enemy Bobjack decided to be involved, and that's okay. Ooh, Manticore actually crossed like this. That's actually pretty damn impressive. I would never tell enemy light tank is going to go dirty tactics like this, fellas. Very nice. Okay, once again, at this point we need to have our eyes widely open, and we can beat the living crap out of this Bobjack, fellas. Trust me on this one. We should be able to show some love for this tank. Once again, gun handling is saying 9! How dare you, Leo? How dare you? That's okay, fellas. We are defending our lines, and we are playing alright. If the gun is saying no, for example, not to penetrate Russian tank in the side or something, there is absolutely nothing what we could do about this, and I can only cry in the corner for being unlucky. There is literally nothing else what I could do. I have an idea how to get involved in this battle, and I think I'm going for it. So now, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go for a dirty tactics ourselves. Pay attention at this Manticore. This is going to be very fun. We are going to build some speed, and we are going to go for ramming this guy. Hoppa, and bam! A bit of the hit, nice. I am feeling pretty damn good. This Manticore is not feeling happy, I can promise you that, and at this point he is pretty much dead meat. Yeah, he cannot survive this, he cannot do absolutely anything, he can only try to escape, and by trying to escape he won't. Nice. We beat the living crap out of the Manticore. Unfortunately, we did not manage to ram him to death as I expected, but once again, no complaints, no regrets. I can't cry about this, can I? Meanwhile, we have the Mr. Bobjack, who is chilling here in kind of open field, right? And to be fair with you, the angle which we have on this gentleman is not very nice. Our team is winning by pretty huge margin already, so I need to figure out how to get involved and how to get more use. Meanwhile, we got half of the assisting damage for the for the object, and that's always nice and always welcome. Now, at this point, we are going to craft a crossfire towards the Super Conqueror, and I'm pretty happy about this. And in the same time, Super Conqueror has more problems, not only us. If you would pay attention what our guy is doing, our guy is making pressure like there is no tomorrow. Super Conqueror has only one hope to go in front and try to avoid him, and in the same time, the Super Conqueror is pretty much dead meat. So, I think we did everything properly speaking about getting involved into the battle in time. I do not really think we did a single mistake in this game, and once again, I am feeling pretty happy. Meanwhile, Kunze Panzer, for Kunze Panzer we are going to load that one high explosive ammunition, because we can. Unfortunately, we did not manage to penetrate him, but that's unlucky, nothing what we can change there, and let's try to get one more shot. And we got it, nice. Okay, so in the end of the day, we have 4.4 thousand damage, 1.3 thousand assisting damage. We might, I repeat, we might have some blind damage as well, but obviously time will show absolutely everything. And by saying blind damage, we tried to blind fire someone who was sitting here. Maybe someone was in the bushes, which I was expecting, right? And once again, all in all, it wasn't bad game whatsoever. Let's teleport into the scoreboard, shall we? And we are back, fellas, with a scoreboard. We got victory, we got 4.3 thousand damage, 1.3 thousand assisting damage. We are first by the damage, first by experience. We made quite a bit of profits as well, and the most enjoyable part of all this was to YOLO Manticore, to be fair with you. Anyways, after a couple of games, we have 3.8 thousand damage and 500 assisting damage, which is not ideal score for the Leopard, right? We are balancing just on the line, speaking about the third mark of excellence, but sometimes the things are going well, sometimes not so much. And I want to believe the biggest problem of this average score was the first battle, where unfortunately the game was 4 minutes and the things went in a very, very bad way. But oh well, what can you do? You cannot be winner all the time, and sometimes you need to take one for the team as well. Now, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, once again, if you are wondering why we are playing with Leo 1. Leo 1 is the most played tank by humongous margin, by more than twice margin, speaking about the performance, right, and speaking about the games. So I thought to highlight all tanks. Yesterday there were Kranwagen, today Leopard, and tomorrow you might see the most played tank Destroyer. So we'll see how the things will look like. And once again, if you are into the field modifications, if you want to figure out what I am taking for a Leopard, feel free to check it out, Skill4ltu index page as usual. You know the drill. And once again, thank you very much for watching, thank you very much for everything, and see you very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.